Hey everyone, Marc Aquino here. Sorry, I'm battling a really strong headache. For those who can remember my last video, I went to my first anime convention, J1Con, and my pals from Living in 8 Bits were there, and someone was interviewing them, and I decided to actually film their interview. And the guy that was interviewing them, he was okay with it. I think his name is Daxavier from A.C.M.G. It's a Facebook group of people who love, like, you know, geeky stuff, anime, comics, movies, video games, that kind of thing. You could find the link to that in the description below. So yeah, I basically filmed the interview as well, and you could probably tell because he's looking into his own camera, and you know, I'm filming in like a different direction. So also considering that it's a pretty long interview, I'll have to post it in like parts. So this is part 1. Part 2 will be up very soon. They're basically talking about, you know, who they are and what got them the inspiration to make these videos, and you know, why they do what they do, pretty much. So yeah, take a look.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is Daxavier Josiah of A.C.M.G TV, and I'm here with the cast of Living in 8-Bit. Introduce yourselves.
Well, I'm Connor.
I am Mike.
And I'm Joe.
Living in 8 Bits is a web series that takes the tropes, the memes, and the ideas of old video games, the logic of them, especially the Nintendo era, and we apply them to real life and sketch comedy. And we do it because we're part of that generation. We grew up with the Nintendo, and there's always those weird things like, you know, wouldn't it be funny if, what would Mario be like in real life, or so on and so forth. So we take those sketches, or those ideas, and we make sketches out of them. So we've done like Simon Belmont's descendant of today. Well, what kind of vampires would he fight from today? The vampires from Twilight. What if Mario wasn't this great person, this hero that you always wanted around, but instead a really stalkerous plumber? So we had that. Or Connor plays a scientist that works for Dr. Wily, who has to help design robot masters.
Oh, jeez.
So that's pretty much what it is. We take like Mega Man, Zelda, Mario, Contra, and we apply those games to these sketch comedies. And we're syndicated on RetroWare TV. People seem to like us. We had a nice panel here at J1Con. We're standing room only, I gotta say. And
Still standing now.
And we're still standing.
Yeah. What goes into doing this? Because you guys have a lot of special effects going on here. I mean, this is not really a normal show. You guys put really good effort and emphasis on it. So how does it, you know, come about that you're able to do this on a daily basis, or how long does it take for you to do this, for that matter?
It varies. What we usually start with is we come up with an idea, and a lot of times it's us just sitting around having a beer or something and just being like, hey, that would be funny, or we used to have get-togethers where we get together and play games, or even during shoots.
Yeah, during shoots.
During shoots, like we were shooting an episode back in season 2.
Right.
It was a Pokemon episode, and Joey and Jeff, another one of our cast members, started talking about, you know, wouldn't Double Dragon be funny? Wouldn't it be funny if we did Double Dragon? And they spent 2 years writing a script, and we did an episode. That was episode 20, and then Double Dragon was 40, so it was 20 episodes later.
Wow.
So that's really where it comes down to, but sometimes it's just like, it clicks.
And are you guys seasonal based, or are you pretty much just like, it's whatever episodes come about, you just do it?
We try, I mean, we try and do it once a month when we can.
We try to have something consistent, like.
Because as somebody who, you know, puts together and edits and does stuff, I know how rigorous it can be to do. So to do what you guys do and do it with a team, you know, writers and, you know, actors and voice actors and all this stuff, it can really be very interesting.
Absolutely.
We couldn't do it without a team leader.
Yeah, that's true. Mike sort of is the glue, kind of holds it all together.
Like, he rounds us all up.
Yeah, but he's cool. I mean, he lets us take control of our stuff. Like, if I want to write a script or something, And like he's like, hey man, that's your script, so you can you can get the location together.
So you created image comics pretty much.
I've created a monster that now can't be controlled. But our series is based on because a lot of us were theater actors.
Okay.
So, and a lot of us as theater actors, we did improv and all that. So, what makes it fresh and makes it seem like we're having fun is that it's kind of off the cuff. So when we're shooting, we may have a script, but we allow them to just go and have fun. So if they think that this will be funny, they just say it on the spot. We all crack up laughing off camera. But if it works, it works. So improv is such a big part of what we do, and a lot of that is because of the theatrics of our background.
Has anything that you've written or thought about on, the old saying, in writing sounds good, doesn't even try to do it and hasn't been come apart? Have you went through that?
Yeah, there's been a couple episodes that have been. We have a lot that have been written that never saw the light of day.
Right.
A lot of ideas that are still there, sitting, that haven't been written. We have half-written scripts. There's a lot of things that we've tried to do. It's just unfortunately for one reason or another hasn't happened. Or sometimes it's just like, it doesn't work as well. Right? Sometimes it morphs into something else. Mm-hmm. So like one of our most popular running characters is something we call the box art cover model. And he's a commando based on Contra or any of those other old games.
I can't remember.
Pretty much like think of the box art model on the cover of every 80s movie, action movie. Well, the idea was originally pitched to me by Jeff, one of our actors, saying like, well, what if you did an episode on the guy who used to be the model but can't get work anymore because it's all people with CGI helmets or something. And I said, so I came back with I fired back at him with the idea of, well, what if it was the actual commando and he's still working but he used to be a real commando? So and on top of that, because he's a model, he is a photographer, follow him all around everywhere. So we have now a series of episodes based around these characters that just grew from that. So it's just throwing ideas at the wall. Whatever sticks sometimes goes, and sometimes it morphs into something else.
Yeah, how did all of this come to fruition? Like, what did just out of the blue? Because this is a significant type of theme in a project to do. So where did it start? How did it come about?
Well, we're a film production company, Mixness Productions, and we've done all kinds of films and worked on commercials and other sorts of things. Right before this, about 2009, we produced a feature film. And it toured film festivals and all that, but anybody who's done film knows that it's a very hard process. It's emotionally draining, incredibly draining. So for me personally, I wanted to do something that was back to the days of when you get together with your friends, you take out the camera and go. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if it's good. It doesn't matter. And that's really where it came down to. It's like getting your friends together and making a couple sketch comedy. And that's how it really came to be.